Hello to all you poker people out there, and welcome back to the nerdy and nitty gritty side of poker. I want to correct myself a little bit. I ran a hand through Poker Juice in Results episode 3, I would believe it is. And I was approached by someone at a poker forum who said that stack of range can't be correct that you put in Poker Juice. And he is completely right. That person is, if not a better poker player than me, then a way better poker player than me. And it's one of the two. And I really appreciate that someone follows along and look me up and correct me when I say something wrong. The hand in play is this hand where I hold ace jack 10 deuce, single suit to the ace. Button goes ahead and open, small blind folds, and I defend my big blind with this hand. And I flop this top pair, top kicker, gut shot, and flush draw, and I go ahead and check, and will and bets, and I go ahead and check raise. So if we go into Poker Juice, one thing we gotta realize now, most people probably know that, but I still want to highlight it, is the way we have distributed hands has a lot of suitedness. It's only 10.5-ish% that is rainbow hands. Then there's around 75-76% which is single suited hands, and then there's like 13-14% that is double suited hands. So as soon as we throw in like a suit in a stack of range, then the percentage will go up with somewhat 22-23%. So if we just try and highlight that a little bit, we just take someone's 100% range and go in and write spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. Then we will see that these numbers will add up to that 89.5%. So in the beginning I was doing this, I was sitting there thinking, why am I getting dealt spades more than I'm dealt clubs, but I'm really not, just because that's the suit I put in first, and then it removes the chance of getting dealt other suits later. So I could just write clubs first, and then that would be the high number. But just be aware of that. Then when that there's a lot of suitedness in pot limit Omaha, and as soon as you just throw in some random suit, then stack of ranges or ranges will change quite dramatically. But I haven't really been able to figure out a good way to do this. If someone knows about some kind of tutorial or something that I can go through to become stronger at Poker Juice. This is just a result of me not being strong enough in Poker Juice. So if someone has something that they can direct me to become better, then I would be happy. But I'm not sure if it exists. I have been going through a lot of written material to try and figure out how to write out these ranges correctly. But still, I don't think I really understand it good enough. But the hand in case is like this that I showed you before. Button opens, I defend, and we go for the check raise. So where we should put in stack of ranges is really here in the shove versus SOR model, which is like SOR means stack of range. And what I did is I gave this button an opening range of 50%, because that's just around what the button should be opening. And then I just went ahead and said, like, okay, that person stacks up with Jack 3 plus, top and bottom and better. And then I just throw in hearts, and when you see that if we do without the hearts first, that we cannot do, not do. Can we do it here? No. There we can do it. If we only take the Jack 3 plus, then it's only 7.29% of the range. If we throw in hearts, then it increases dramatically, as we can see, with somewhat 20%. And if we just throw in those spades, as I did, which is not, it's just not true. This dude don't stack off with some kind of random backdoor spade draw with like king, queen, 6, 7 with spades, but that was kind of what I did, and that's just completely wrong information. So the thing about this shove model is that it can show you up here what is your expected value of a shove in a given situation, and that's what the shove model is meant for. Where the range distribution, that will give you the same amount of information about the ranges, but it will just not give you any information about your expected value of the move. But the thing is, if I write heart with Jack 3 plus, I can do that. That will give me exactly the same number as if I write Jack 3 plus and then heart. It will be exactly the same number. So the more correct way to try and figure out, let's say we actually give him this top and bottom pair, and then we say he's not only stacking up with random hearts, but he's stacking up with a king high flush draw and a queen high flush draw. That would be the way to write this out, and then we will see, we will get a more fair number if we then think that he stacks up with any straight draw, which you write here with 4-2 plus, then it goes up a little bit. But yeah, when we kind of just throw in hearts or spades or whatever, some kind of suit, then these numbers will increase dramatically. So the only way I really can think about it is to try and limit it to, for example, this, like, let's say queen with hearts. So the hands I tried to target it with this check raise was like hands that had me beat at that point of time. That could be something like this, where I have an equity advantage, but this hand still have me beat at this point of time, but with the backdoor spades. And yeah, I don't know. Then you could maybe write something like king, spade, and then it will go up. Can't do that. Yeah, then I will have to use the range. Then we'll go up a little bit. That was why I tried to put in like spades, and it was just a completely wrong number I got out of it. So this is how far I've got in this kind of work in pokerjuice. I appreciate that someone highlights it for me, because it gives me motivation to work harder to understand a tool like pokerjuice. And these tools are important for me and a lot of poker players to become better. Yeah, so keep it going. And that was all for today. I hope this makes sense, and then I will just wish you all the best of luck in life.